Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss chapter 11 of your science book, that is transportation in animals and plants. In unicellular organisms, the intake of food, water, oxygen and removal of waste material occur across the cell surface by the process of diffusion. In diffusion, molecules move from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. But multicellular organisms like plants and animals have a specific organ to perform specific function. To perform these functions, every cell in the plant and animal body require useful substances such as nutrients, oxygen and water. Plants and animals have a transport system to carry these useful substances to every cell of the body and for the removal of waste material produced by the body. In animals, this transportation system is called circulatory system. The circulatory system is a transport system of the human body which consists of a network that supplies food, water, oxygen and other substances throughout the body. The main parts of the circulatory system are blood, blood vessels and heart. Let's talk about the blood first. Blood is a red color fluid that transports respiratory gases, nutrients, secretions as well as waste materials from one part of the body to another. Blood consists of a pale yellow liquid called plasma in which RBC, WBC and platelets floats. The plasma facilitates the transportation of different substances throughout the body and it is made up of water, salt, fats, proteins and sugar. Red blood corpuscles are circular in shape and they contain a pigment called hemoglobin which gives blood a red color. It transports oxygen and carbon dioxide to different parts of the body and they are also known as erythrocytes. White blood cells are irregular in shape and they are colorless as they do not contain any pigment. They fight and destroy the germs that enter our body and they are also called leukocytes. Whereas blood platelets are small, irregularly shaped and they are colorless. They clot the blood and stop the bleeding from wound areas and they are known as thrombocytes. Blood performs several functions. It transports digested food from small intestine to other parts of the body. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells and carbon dioxide from the cells to the lungs. It protects the body against infections by destroying disease-causing germs. It clots blood when there is an injury or cut, preventing excess loss of blood. It also carries waste products from the cell to the kidney for removal from the body. The next part of circulatory system is blood vessel. The blood in our body moves through tube-like structures called blood vessels. And blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries transport blood from the heart to different organs. They carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. They have thick muscular walls as blood flows through them with high pressure. They do not have walls. Veins on the other hand bring blood to heart from all parts of the body. They carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein and they have thinner wall compared to the arteries and they have walls. Tiny branches of blood vessels called capillaries connect arteries with the veins. An exchange of material between blood and cell occurs in capillaries. They are very thin and narrow. Before discussing the structure of heart, let's discuss about the pulse rate first. We know that heart pumps the blood in the arteries and this continuous pumping of blood in the arteries results in their rhythmic throbbing which is called pulse. And pulse rate is defined as the number of pulses beats per minute. The normal pulse rate of human being is 70 to 80 beats per minute. The heart is a fist size muscular organ found in the chest cavity towards the left lungs. It pumps blood to all the parts of the body. It beats 60 to 80 times a minute throughout our life. The heart is made up of 4 chambers. The upper two chambers are called right atrium and left atrium, and the two lower chambers are called right ventricle and left ventricle. A muscular wall called septum separates the right and left side of the heart, preventing the mixing of oxygenated blood with the deoxygenated blood, and have valves. Valves allows only flow of blood in one direction, and it prevents backflow of the blood. The blood rich in carbon dioxide flows towards the right side of the heart, while the blood rich in oxygen flows through the left side of the heart. The contraction of two arteria is immediately followed by the contraction of two ventricle, which leads to the continuous flow of blood in the human body. The blood passes through the capillaries of the lungs and is mixed with oxygen. This oxygenated blood is then carried from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart by pulmonary veins. The left atrium contracts and oxygenated blood is pushed into the left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps the blood into the biggest vessel of the body called aorta. It distributes oxygen-rich blood to all the parts of the body. The deoxygenated blood from various organs of the body enters from the capillaries to superior vena cava and inferior vena cava and then to the right atrium. The right atrium contracts and pushes the deoxygenated blood into the right ventricle through an open valve called tricuspid valve. Right ventricle pumps the impure blood into the pulmonary arteries that carries it to right and left lungs for purification. The carbon dioxide is released as a waste product from the lungs, and again the blood absorbs oxygen and becomes oxygenated. The valve present on both the sides of the heart regulate the blood flow from one chamber to another. This cycle keeps on circulating continuously day and night even when we sleep. So we can summarize it that oxygenated blood flows from the lungs to left atrium and then left ventricle to different parts of the body through aorta. And deoxygenated blood flows from the body to right atrium and then to right ventricle and then to lungs through pulmonary artery. Let's talk about the heartbeat now. The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of heart muscles that produce a specific sound of lub-dub is called heartbeat. The average heartbeat of an adult person is 72 to 80 beats per minute at resting, but as the number increases during and after a physical exercise or when a person is excited. During fast beating of heart, the blood is pumped more rapidly to the organs to supply more oxygen to the body cell. It helps in rapid respiration and to produce more energy. The heartbeat is equal to the number of pulses in a minute. The heartbeat can be heard by an instrument called stethoscope. It is used by doctors to amplify the sound of the heart. It consists of a chest piece that carries a sensitive diaphragm, two earpieces, and a tube joining both the parts. Doctors get to know about the condition of heart by listening to the sound through a stethoscope. Do all animals possess a circulatory system? No. Animals like hydra and sponges do not possess a circulatory system. Hydra and sponges are simple animals and they live in water, and therefore the food and oxygen enters into the body along with water. The water also carries carbon dioxide and other waste material away from the body when it moves out. The cell in animals releases some waste product as they perform different functions. And these waste products are toxic and hence they must be removed from the body of living organism. The process of removal of waste products in the cell of living organism is called excretion. When our body uses food, water and air, it produces some byproducts or unwanted substances. And the waste material must be removed from the body so that a person may stay healthy. These waste materials produced after the various functions of the body cell includes carbon dioxide, urea and sweat. and these waste materials must be removed from the body, like lungs, kidneys, and sweat glands. These part of organs of the body that are involved in the process of excretion are called excretory system. So let's have a look at the excretory system in humans first. Urea is the major waste product released in our body. It is produced as a waste product of the decomposition of unused food proteins in the liver. It is a poisonous substance which must be removed from the body. Urea from the blood is removed by the kidney. Therefore, kidney is the main excretory organs in our body. The urea and other unwanted salt, when dissolved in water, forms a yellowish liquid waste called urine. It consists of 2.5% urea, 2.5% other waste, and 95% of water. An adult human being normally passes out 1 to 1.8 liters of urine per day. Kidney are the bean-shaped structure that present at the back in the abdominal cavity. It is brick red in color and about 5 inches long. It is richly supplied with blood vessels. Kidney can filter the unwanted substances from the blood, and each kidney consists of thousands of tiny filters called nephron. The urine thus formed by each kidney is then passed through the ureter. It is a tube-like structure which connects the kidney to the urinary bladder. The urine is stored in the urinary bladder for some time at regular intervals, and it is removed through the opening at the end of the tube called urethra. The opening of urinary bladder is controlled by a ring of muscles called bladder sphincter. When the bladder becomes full with urine, this bladder sphincter opens and allows the urine to flow out. The normal functioning of the kidney is necessary for good health of a person, but sometimes the kidney may stop working due to infection or injury, and this condition of kidney is called kidney failure, which may lead to the accumulation of urea in the blood. Since urea is a toxic substance which must be removed from the blood, such person having kidney failure cannot survive unless his blood is filtered periodically through the artificial kidney machine to remove urea. And the process used for cleaning the blood of a person by separating the waste product urea from it is called dialysis. And this machine removes urea and other waste product periodically. Like humans, animals also excrete waste product from their body. The way in which waste materials are removed from the body of the animal depends upon the availability of water. Fishes and aquatic animals excrete ammonia as their waste product. The ammonia is excreted in the gaseous form which directly get dissolved in water. The land animals like lizard, birds and snakes have less water availability. These animals excrete waste material in the form of uric acid, and these are white colored semi-solid excretory products of several land animals. Urea is the excretory product of animals like human, cow, goat, etc. Plants take up water and dissolved minerals from the soil through their roots and transport it to their leaves. The leaves use this water and mineral for synthesizing their food by the process called photosynthesis. The food produced by green plants is transported back to all the parts of the plant body. Therefore, it is clear that plants also need a transport system for carrying water, minerals and food through various parts of the body. Plant root absorb water and minerals from the soil, and the root possesses root hair which increases the surface area of the root for absorption of water and minerals. From the roots, the water and minerals are transported to other parts of the body through a special kind of cell called vascular bundles. There are two vascular bundles present in the plants. First is xylem and second is phloem. Xylem is a vascular tissue that is responsible for transporting nutrients and water in plant, and the root cell absorb water and minerals and transport it to the xylem. Xylem carries it to other parts of the body unidirectionally. Whereas phloem is a vascular tissue that transports the food produced by the leaves to all the parts of the plant. This flow is bidirectional. and utilizes energy. This is called translocation. We can say that absorption and flow of water is a continuous process through the xylem tissue. Xylem tissue are the continuous network of channels which connect root to the leaves through stem and branches. It thus transports water and minerals to the leaves and to the entire plant. The food manufactured in the leaf is transported to different parts of the plant, and this transportation of food material from leaves to other part of the plant is carried out by a tissue called phloem, and the process of transport of food material is called translocation. Sometimes not all the water that plant absorb is used by them. Hence they need to get rid of excess water in them. The process of evaporation of water through the stomata present on the surface of the leaf is called transpiration. The continuous evaporation of water from the leaf produces an upward pull which is called suction force. This force pulls the water from the roots upward through the stem, branches and finally to the leaves. Though transpiration causes loss of water from the plant, still it is a necessary process for plants due to following reason. Suction pull caused due to evaporation of water helps to draw water to great heights in tall trees. It produces a cooling effect on the plant and therefore prevents the plant from the damage caused by heat of sunlight. It also helps in the transport of water and minerals to the leaves for performing photosynthesis in them. So this is all about the transportation of various substances in plants and animals. Thank you very much.